would you please stop stealing my artwork? So here's the thing, I've now been working as an artist for the last 20 or so years, and over recent years there's been quite a lot of people that have been stealing my artwork, putting on products, trying to make some profit out of it, all without my permission, and it's sort of hampering my own sales and affecting me in a negative way. And I think it's worth talking about, because if it's happening to me, I'm sure it's happening to loads of other artists out there. So in this video I'm just going to be talking about my experiences and opinions with the whole art theft thing. So this is my stuff. This is on my artwork that I put on my personal website at bencrefter.com. It's sort of a mixture of sort of tattoo inspired stuff and manga inspired stuff. First part of my career I was mostly focusing on the manga. Over the last sort of 10 years I've been dabbling more with the sort of tattoo-y type of stuff. So this is the stuff I've been doing. I've been doing artwork and all this kind of stuff for the last 20 years. This is how I make most of my money. And so it's really disappointing to find that I'm not making as much of the money from my own efforts and labours as potentially other people who have just come along, taken my artwork, ripped it off and are trying to profit from it without my permission. Just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that I'm dealing with. eBay, okay, eBay's not as bad. I occasionally have people steal my stuff, but as you can see, you know, this one over here, it's one of mine, and someone's come along and as you can see kind of cut it out badly and are selling it. It's a German seller that's selling it on, I don't even know what it is, I don't read German, but stickers or something. And this is just typical of what I don't know about the majority, but possibly the majority of people that are selling t-shirts, stickers, art prints, canvases are doing. They are just, it's just so much easier to steal someone else's stuff and sell it than actually learn how to draw, learn how to create something amazing and then sell it yourself. It's like, and then because the internet isn't properly policed, you can just get away with it. I mean, if I was a farmer growing vegetables in my field, and you know this was going to be something that I would end up selling, and then use the money to be able to sort of sustain myself, make a living, feed my family, whatever. You know, if anyone was to physically steal that, I could call the police and they would investigate and try and catch whoever's doing it. But on the internet, you're not allowed. It's not that you're not allowed, but you just can't really do that. The internet's set up so that it's easy to get away with it. And, you know, and there are little measures you can do to try and stop it or to take it down later, which I'll go over. But it doesn't really make a big impact, because as soon as people know you've got something worth stealing, they'll just, you know, even if you shut one website or one individual down, others will just spring up and do the same thing. And you know, the internet is being so big, as big as it is, there's just a never-ending supply of potential art thieves out there and just dishonest people, and it's just a real shame that it's like that. So this is another one, someone who's selling these DIY diamond kits, and you can probably see there's I mean, all this stuff's stolen by other artists, none of it is theirs. But the thing is that, I mean, this is just a Chinese retailer. What they've done is they've bought these designs or got hold of these designs from some other, like I guess sort of Chinese based seller who's just been going around scouting for stuff, doesn't have the rights. It's a bit of a wild west in China. There isn't the same protections over copyright and intellectual property infringement and stuff like that. So yeah, that was just another one I saw. But I'll go on to like where these are kind of coming from, because you can see a lot of this on AliExpress, and I'll get to that site later. Amazon now. This is Amazon UK. This is the UK version that I would use. And yeah, this is one of my characters. If I go back to my gallery, you can see it down here. If I go to my blog, scroll down a few, Okay, so you can see it's mine. You know, I even talk about how I created it from doing the sketch, the line art, and then started colouring it in and finishing it. You know, and as I say in the blog post, there's 56 hours of work to create both these images. So it's really bloody annoying when someone comes along and says, "Yeah, I'm having that." Just no regard to my time or effort invested in the artwork. They've just come along, stole it, didn't ask for permission, and why would they? Because that's just how it goes. There's no. Currently, these ones are unavailable for sale, but there's a lot more. If I type in Boozette, you'll see another one of mine. Yes, I like this one, for example. Again, it's one of my things. It's been sold on hats and socks, more hats, shorts. Whoever this guy is, I guarantee that this has been stolen. Whoever did this one, I would bet all my money on it that whoever did this isn't getting any money from it. It's just completely stolen. Oh, look, you can get it on curtains. There's a little print of it there. And finally, the one that I actually sell is down here, right at the bottom of the page, buried under all this piracy that Amazon allow because they just, I would say they don't know better, but they could get rid of it. They're like, I think it's just easier to just let people get away with this. It's just easier to take the money. You know, in theory, they say that they don't allow piracy, and you know, there's ways to make complaints against it, but they're not going to actively patrol the internet. And to a degree, how do they know? How do they know when some Chinese brand like Daewoo comes along and says, "Oh yeah, I've got the rights for this"? Like how do Amazon know? I mean, I know. I can, like I say, I can look at this stuff, and I've seen this artwork before. I can't remember who the artist is, but I know I've seen their artwork on DeviantArt, so I know. But you know, and it's always the same sort. There's the same sort of patterns you see. There's like these ones: T-Beg Boozette poster, Bugan Boozette poster, Antong Boozette poster. You know, just these. I don't know why they do it. I mean, I'm guessing that it's the same one individual or business that's setting up 50 Amazon accounts, populating it with the same thing. So even if you try and take one down, there'll be another one waiting. Or just they make it so that there's just so many pirated items out there that it just makes it impossible to police. I think stuff like that, it's just really, really fucking underhand tactics. You know, going back to the farmer analogy, it's kind of like, you know, you create your farm, you grow your vegetables, and then the thieves come in, kick you out of your own farm, and then put a wall around it so you can't even get back in. Meanwhile, they sell your vegetables for you. It's outrageous. Here's another one of my images being sold on it's a frameless print, I think. Is it a print? Yeah, maybe like a paint by numbers thing, maybe. I don't know. There's another one. Now, some of these say currently unavailable. Reason for that is because I've probably at one point, this isn't the first, you know, I've actually attempted to remove, I've probably removed about 100 or so sellers or images from the internet with people selling my stuff. So then it kind of becomes unavailable. But it really doesn't take long until other people are doing it. Look, you can get my own artwork on puzzles. Who knew, eh? I mean, the thing is, I'd like to sell my artwork on puzzles. That'd be great. But I would want to collaborate with someone and do it properly. Not this half-assed, you know, crappy thing that's just using a super low-res image of my artwork. Because this is the thing. These images, they look good on screen. You think, oh, that's a good image. I like that. But I know that I've never provided this image or put it into the internet, onto the internet, anything higher than like 72 DPI and maybe 1,000 pixels high, which is basically, you know, it's like, it would probably look good if it was the size of a sort of mobile phone screen when printed. Any bigger, so this or any kind of wall canvas or certainly curtains, is just going to look like crap. But buyers don't know. They have no idea. because they just don't know what they're buying. And here's some more stuff. Again, other sellers or whatever just trying to sell my stuff. This is another one of mine. Go back to my website. I don't think I've got this one on my website actually. Yeah, I don't have that one there, but I am selling it in my shop. If I go to my website shop, I go to like all prints. Okay, so there we go. So this is the actual art print that I sell. You can get it. It's got a signature on it. You know it's by me. I'm thinking about including like an authenticity with it. I mean, I do include like a cover letter saying it's from me and stuff when I sell it. And you know, it's a super high res print because that's how I designed it to be like that. It's not like a low quality piece of crap that you'd buy from one of these counterfeiters. So going back to what I can see has been stolen, it's another one of mine. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot of canvases, art prints. What's this, some kind of tin, some kind of container. Another one. This is all my stuff. And this is just the stuff that I found quick, you know, after doing a quick scout about. I'm glad some of it's not available. Right, now we're on to Redbubble. Redbubble, I mean, I have a Redbubble account, but I've never put anything on it. Reason being, I feel as though a lot of the stuff on here is just... I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but I remember at one point just thinking, I can't compete with all the stolen stuff on here. Especially if you type in a fandom like, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z or something. You type in Dragon Ball, see what comes up. I mean, let's just do that. So, you type in Dragon Ball, and okay, so all this stuff, like, whoever made this, what is it? I don't even know. Let's click what it is. Okay, it's a poster. Whoever made this poster and put this on Casper N, I guarantee you Casper N didn't draw this. Casper N didn't get the rights to use it. They've just taken the image off Google and are making money off it. Same with all this other shit. I mean, you can tell it's just, you know, they didn't they didn't draw that, and they didn't get the rights for it. I guarantee it. Like I say, I'll bet my life that they haven't paid for that. But how do you police it? I mean, because I know, you know, and I would make a bet. I mean, Redbubble could occasionally do spot checks and just say, you know, we want to see, you know, original files or licenses that you've got it because it's a bit suspect. You know, can you show us your licensing documentation for, you know, or email documentation to say that you've been granted license to this, or that you are indeed the artist, blah blah blah. They could do that. They're not going to though, because it's just easier to make money off all this crap. You know, like, you're not the artist, like Akira Toriyama's the artist, or whoever has been employed by the Dragon Ball committee or whatever to reproduce the artwork. So yeah, you go to here, and then you just think, I mean, it's crap. Like, I sell this on a t-shirt, and it's all kind of been cut out, you know, because it was created on a separate Photoshop layer, so it doesn't have the background on it, and it's done properly. But this is just a low-res image with the background just pasted on a square. It looks crap. I just don't like the fact that my artwork is out there on the internet just looking crap, and I just don't have any control over it. This company, now I wrote to this company a while ago and I said, look, take my stuff off, because they, again, as you can see, they do this Sugar Skull girl artwork, and they stole a few of my bits. I said, look, take it off, or I'm going to issue a cease and desist. And they did straight away, you know, got scared and did it. But still, no scruples about ripping off the rest of these artists. And it's just a shame, because it's some really good artwork, and you can tell anyone who can produce artwork like this, I mean, they've been working at their craft for ages, and they deserve remuneration for their fucking efforts. But again, it's just thieves coming along stealing it. And this is the thing, I'm just talking about my experience. I mean, I'm not even as good, in my opinion, as some of these artists featured on some of these designs here. No way. But that's the thing. It's like, if I'm getting ripped off to hell, these people are as well. It's ridiculous. Again, this is Rosa T. You can buy my artwork on a Tumblr, apparently. Oh, they put some little petals on it to try and turn it into something. Very nice. Oh, you can get it on a bed cover. This was a guy who was stealing some stuff. I think I reported him. Now he's not selling any stuff, which is good. So you can make these small impacts against designers. Then AliExpress, I mean, oh, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I've not even had a proper look for my artwork on here. These are just a few bits that I sort of came across, different sellers selling stuff. And yeah, they don't know the rights to any of this, didn't ask for any permission. These are just sellers based in China. You start having a look. You know, I do searches for like skull woman flower, and I come up with stuff like this. There's one of mine. There's one. And it's you know, it's not fair on me. It's not fair on like legitimate sellers. And again, there's another one. So this is annoying. This is a needle tapestry canvas, and I have licensed my art legally to another UK company that they have the rights to reproduce my artwork in tapestries. So both me and them are getting ripped off by someone who's come along with a low res image, are offering up, you know, to be able to create a needle thing. And it's fucking annoying. Even on Mixcloud, DJ Vikashvala has just used my artwork for their album cover. And the thing is, you know, there's a lot of these small sort of independent artists and stuff that want a bit of artwork, and but it's like, just ask me. I might even say yeah, that's fine, or I might say no, you can't use it. But don't just steal my stuff and use it as an album cover. It's just a crap move. Again, here's some more stuff. I think these are different ones using my and yeah, so that's what we've got. It's ridiculous, and like I say, there's, you know, I mean, look at this. The top 4 sponsored ads are on Amazon are my artworks. I do actually sell this artwork. If I scroll down, I might be able to find it. No, okay. But this, I mean, this is the thing. Like, it used to be in the you type in like Sugar Skull Goldbird, and my artwork used to be there, but it just ends up getting buried under, you know, a row of results of stuff that's not even mine. So it makes it even harder for my stuff to kind of get seen, the legitimate stuff. So it's obviously quite annoying. So anyway, I've got all of that stuff to go through and to try and erase. So what am I going to do about it? Amazon has a report infringement page, and you can write, you know, copyright concerns, you know, what the problem is, and hopefully they'll remove your infringed products. The trouble is, I've noticed Amazon.com seem to be pretty good. The USA Amazon, they will get rid of most of the stuff that's ripping me off. Amazon UK, however, are quite resistant to doing that. They normally tell me that they won't remove these products unless I buy them to verify that they are indeed counterfeit, which is just an absolute ridiculous robot response, because they haven't even obviously read my email. And then, you know, obviously to that I would write a follow-up saying, please reread my email. I don't need to buy them to just see that it's my own artwork on the covers or being used as the product. And sometimes we would go backwards and forward 5 or 6 times, them saying, no, buy it, and then we'll talk. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying you or them money because Amazon take a cut off at every sale. I'm not paying the pair of you money just to get this item taken down, and you can't keep doing it, because like I say, the items that I've gone through today are, I don't know what there was, about 30 or 40. I mean, that's a drop in the ocean. I'm sure there's a few hundred out there. I know there's a few hundred out there that I could potentially get removed. Probably others I'll just never find. And that, and that's after having already tried my best to purge. Every few months I'll sort of log in and try to purge the internet of counterfeit items, people that have stolen my artwork. So they'll just keep coming. They'll keep coming, and I don't have thousands of pounds to keep pouring into, removing this art, because I don't make a lot of money from my artwork. Anyone who makes a lot of money from their artwork is really lucky, because 90% of artists are going to struggle to make good money from their artistic endeavours. It's just a fact. So, I mean, I would assume that the counterfeiters make a lot more money than the actual artists do, which is obviously quite disgusting. So Amazon have their form, eBay have a form, which I think, or you can email them. It's quite difficult. It's harder on eBay to go through the motions. I think there's a form you have to fill in, and eventually they'll act on it, but sometimes they take a week or two until they remove stuff. I've actually found it easier to just write to the sellers and just say, look, you're using my stuff, you've not asked permission, take it down immediately. Because at the end of the day, I haven't got the time to file sort of civil law cases against every single seller, and I haven't got the money, and I haven't got the inclination, because I know that I'm not going to win. You can't really battle these kind of anonymous sellers on the internet, so the best you can really do is just try and get them removed. Redbubble, I found their page, so I'll be reporting them about what I found on their site. Etsy has one. I've used their thing 3 or 4 times. People stealing my stuff off set and putting it on Etsy. There's a site called Pixie. So Pixie basically claims to find images that you've sort of uploaded on the internet and then work with you to recover money from companies that are illegally using them. In my experience, it's not worked. It's like, okay, I got 355 matches, it says, or under this filter, 344 matches. So you start going through them, and then you can see where they're being used, and in what's context. So here, awesomeskulls.com, you can buy this on a hoodie. I don't know who this company is. I don't know what they're doing. But a lot of these are, like you look at the country, country Vietnam. This Pixie just isn't going to be able to tackle it. It really only seems able to do anything about like American, UK, European, countries and bigger websites. Like a lot of these little pop-up shop websites that just steal stuff, like that have put this one up there, painting by numbers or whatever. They're not gonna be able to do much about it. And there's a lot of sites that they just won't touch. I mean, a lot of the stuff here is going to come up on like this one, AliExpress. This is one of mine, and Amazon. And this website won't deal with it. Like if you pay them a subscription, if you pay Pixie a subscription amount, I can't remember how much it is. They will go through your images and at least remove things on your request. If not, try and seek money. But like I say, a lot of these companies are based in like China. This one's based in India. If you find any of this stuff on Amazon, like Amazon Germany, they love it. The Chinese-based sellers love going on Amazon Germany and ripping my stuff off, putting it on there. So yeah, just it's everywhere. So some of it is like my own stuff. They found me selling my own stuff on my own sources or sources I've licensed to, and that's fine. You know, you can put an ignore next to it, so that's cool. And some of it's just like I don't really care too much if, like on this one, someone's made a wallpaper out of one of my designs. It's like, I don't care that much if you have it as a wallpaper. I mean, it's one of those things where potentially I could commercialise that design. I could make it as my own wallpaper and then give it away to like Patreon subscribers or sell it on my own website or stuff like that. So you are potentially taking money away from me, but I'm not doing that. So, you know, you got to pick and choose your battles. And yeah, this is the what I'm dealing with here. So yeah, this is Pixie. I put through about 4 or 5 copyright requests to see if they would do anything about any of this stuff, and they've failed on all occasions, just saying they either won't tackle it because of the country it's in, i.e. India, or it's on a site that they can't really legislate or kind of go after. So they'll say, as a courtesy, we'll let you have a sort of free takedown on that, takedown request or something. And for sites like AliExpress, like last time I tried to get stuff taken off AliExpress, it was difficult. They make it really difficult to you know, because a lot of individuals like myself don't have the kind of corporate lawyers that will be able to just get in touch and put pressure on these kind of companies to do anything about it. So you know, AliExpress I kind of have to give up on. I did give up on in the past after having seen sort of dozens of my artworks on there. So yeah, this is what's happening to me. If you're an artist that's producing stuff which, you know, if you're able to sell your own art, then obviously you know it's good enough that people would pay money for it. And if you know that, then the counterfeiters are going to know that, and they're going to steal your stuff. So you know, if you're in that position, your stuff's probably already been stolen as I speak, if you don't already know about it. Which is sorry to bring you sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just how it is. So all you can do is do reverse image searches, go on sites like Pixie to find out where it's being used. Look, you know, search for your own content on Amazon, Redbubble, Etsy, eBay. Try and find it, and then just, like I say, go through all the procedures that I'm doing to try and get removed, if you feel that it's worth it. I've spoke to a few artist friends, and they've just said, look, I can't be bothered, or it's just not worth the stress, because it is stressful. It's upsetting to see someone having stolen the efforts of your labour. And yeah, I think artists get quite attached to the artwork they do. They put a lot of themselves into it. It's not like, you know, manufacturing some sort of paperclip or something. You know, you're putting a piece of yourself into your artwork. So when you see someone else just steal it, for me anyway, I just feel like, yeah, it feels hurtful. So, but if you're that way inclined and you don't care, and you're happy to let your stuff kind of just get ripped off, or not happy, but you feel as though it's just a waste of time to tackle it, then, well, don't tackle it. But I would suggest that's not the right attitude to have. I feel like, just as a matter of kind of moral solidarity, every artist should be doing something about this. Because if suddenly Amazon or Etsy or Redbubble suddenly got inundated with artists moaning and complaining about their artwork being ripped off, those companies would have to devote so many resources to dealing with those complaints that they'd be like, oh look, we're spending so much money and manpower dealing with the complaints, we're going to have to just nip this in the bud so we don't have to deal with the complaints. And then they might actually make bigger efforts to do something about it. Maybe not. It's a theory. Could be true. So I would just say, like, if you're in my position, do what I do. Every couple of months, just stick it in your diary that you're going to spend half a day just going through the motions and finding all the artwork that's currently been stolen, and then just try and take it down and try and punish the sellers by reporting them and getting them, and eventually I would hope that eventually, even if it's the same sellers, they're just going to get sick of it, because for a lot of products it takes a few sales to build momentum, and if they can't get it because every month or every few months their products are getting banned and banned and banned, they're just like, never mind this. And maybe maybe the best that would happen is they'll just move on to another artist that just doesn't care. Like I say, there are people that, and it's like, well, I think you have to decide as well. Like for me, I sell products on Amazon with my artwork on, so I don't want to be in competition with myself through other artists or other sort of scammers, should I say, art thieves that are stealing and selling my stuff. It's not fair to me, and it's just an underhand tactic for me to lose sales and money, and I feel like it's probably worth it. It's a tricky one, but I definitely feel that we should really, us artists should really be fighting this kind of stuff and not just being complacent or ignorant to it. I mean, I get it. Like, it's been a couple of months now since I last, searched the internet, or searched Amazon at least, to see what was being stolen. And I don't like doing it because it makes me feel really bad, and it puts me in a really bad mood for that day. Just, I reflect on the state of the world and how people can be like that, and how just, not even like on a moral issue, but it's just so, it makes you feel so defeated when you've tried hard to produce something and you're trying to make, we're all these, often a lot of us are struggling artists just trying to claw back some money from our efforts and the products and the artwork we've produced and brought into the world. And we've tried to bring something of value into the world, and it's soul destroying to just see that you do that, but then you're struggling financially, going to struggle because you can't sell it, because you're, like I say, you're in competition with other artists that are stealing and selling your products. It's just not fair, and I can't reconcile that. I can't say, oh well, life's not fair. I try to a point, but I can't do it. I have to battle it. I have to fight. People would say, well, look, if it's stressing you out, just don't post it on the internet. Just don't do it. Just don't have an Instagram account or a personal website, or don't use any of these other print-on-demand sites like Displate or Society6 or Redbubble or whatever, because a lot of the thieves are stealing from those websites. That's not really the answer. Like, I don't think there's many people, many artists or designers or producers of anything that are in the game of producing and making just for their own satisfaction. Like, it's almost like you can't do it. To be a professional artist, you need to be able to make a living, and you can't just say, oh, no one's ever going to see my art and I'm going to somehow magically start being able to sell it. You've got to put it in front of people to be able to sell anything. And so, internet being the way it is, and the world being the way it is now, it has to go on the internet. And I mean, what I do, like I say, is the images I put online are kind of low res, so if you try to print them at a scale larger than, like I say, about a mobile phone, they're going to look crap. But it's almost like it doesn't even matter, because as long as they look half decent, I think most people won't care. So perhaps that's not an answer. Watermarks is another potential thing, although I've seen my artwork being used with the watermark still on it and just sold on hoodies and t-shirts and stuff like that, which is like, wow, even with the watermark it's just blatantly being used. And yeah, just going back to my other point, it just reminds me, yeah, I've contacted about 20 or 30 artists now, as well as spoken to other people, and it seems most artists just don't care. They're like, I don't care that people are profiting from my artwork. I think their love of their art just trumps the immorality of what's going on, or the, they don't care about the finances. Maybe they're like, oh, I have a day job and that's fine, the art was just for me, or I have a Patreon account and I make several $1,000s a month from that, so I don't care about the rest of this stuff, it's too much effort. And I find that weird. I find it weird that you'll let people just take from you without any penalty. You'll just allow it. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand why no one really cares. I mean, maybe I'm weird to care about this whole thing, but I mean, my parting words would just be, look, when you're buying stuff, just try and research, especially if it's sort of artwork or whatever, try and research the artist or artisan or painter or sculptor, whoever you're buying it from. Make sure it's genuine, and just try your best. It's impossible, especially if you're not in the scenario or in that kind of field to know, but there's little things you can do to know, when you're sort of supporting piracy, you're supporting these counterfeiters. If the brand is Lai Lang Cheng and the item's being sent from China, the chances are it's not legit, because it's just that's just the way it is. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm just generalizing, but well, it's just one of those things where I like I say, I would bet money, lots of money, that 9 times out of 10 it's just going to be the case that if they're just independent Amazon sellers, it's selling direct from China, then yeah, it's just counterfeit stuff. But I mean, by supporting it, you're basically saying, look, I care way more about getting my stupid cheap little string drawer bag for like $10 or however much than I care about the artist losing his living, or you're just basically supporting an immoral cause. And think about it. Don't get me wrong, there's times when it's like, look, I want to buy this USB cable, I can get it from China for a £1, or I can buy it off a shelf in a supermarket or some other retailer over here for like £10. It's like, I can't justify it, but that's a cable. It's just wire and plastic. But certainly anything that has a design on it or branding, just think about it. Just think about what you're doing, and just try and educate other people about it, about what they're doing. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to now crack on with trying to get this stuff removed, and if you're interested in any more updates about how I get on, let me know in the comments, or you can go visit my site at bencrafter.com. I'm sure I'll be blogging about this kind of stuff on the site over there, just because it's one of those things that's just going to be part of my life now, I think. So thanks for watching, and see you later.